Take 2 steps to the side. It's the day of the day. It's the day of the day. Raise your hands, do a dance, get by.
People are afraid. People that are not gay or don't understand, or at least are not willing to live beside another person, are going to feel that, why is this gay person here? Why, you know, like as though it's hurting them somehow.
Because hip-hop largely is a male-dominated genre where images of misogyny and, you know, and things that have to do with stereotypes, really, you know, everything's all about girls and booty and parties and getting a girl, and, you know, everything's all very, you know, hetero-oriented. So you try to have a rapper, you talking about he's a rapper, and then if you talking about if he's even remotely associated with anything being so-called gay or bi, then that's a problem for some people. But I think what Kanye said best recently is that you have people in your lives, like your brothers or your cousins or your uncles or your dads. People know people that are gay. So it's time to stop the whole, you know what, so what? That's something that's separate from who you are. It's not who you are.
A step for a step, now there's blood everywhere. A step for a step, now there's blood everywhere. A step for a step, now there's blood everywhere. A step for a step, now there's blood everywhere. The soul that is within me, that is with no man. No man degrade, degrade.
I got a song called No Fags Allowed, and I just kind of was flipping it. Since they always using fags, I wanted to make, if they think it's a bad word, I'm gonna call them a fag. And I even called George Bush a fag, and then Eminem, for the way he treats his wife and his mom, called him a fag. And you know, if you want to make it a bad word, then we're gonna just flip it. I'm just trying to take that word back, the way like the blacks took nigga back. I'm kind of taking the fag word back.
Bullets of lead, I slash and spread.
In the 70s, you didn't have the internet. You didn't have as much massive media coverage of people in their personal lives, what they're doing personally. You know what I mean? So if George Michael had came out during Elton John's era, nobody would have known he was in that restroom with the cop guy, because nobody would have cared, because you wouldn't have known. But now, in the era of paparazzi and internet and all that crap, that stuff's instant.
Some straight rappers, and in their way, they don't try to hurt me. What they'll do is they'll just like leave the room. They won't watch me rap. They won't watch my section of the show, and I just get, you know, to me that's just, I just get more excited about that, because I'm like, you know, if you can't hang, well then get out.
Now privately, here's the problem. People might say something publicly and be like, support it, but privately they'll be like, oh yeah, but you know what, that fag or this, that. And that's not cool either. So people gotta start being responsible in their personal lives, what they're saying, you know, to each other, as opposed to when the cameras are rolling too. And so as it relates to hip hop, it's time for hip hop to grow up. You know, it's just time. It's weird, what are we, 20-something years into hip hop? And we're still worried about, somebody just said the other day, Neo came out as gay or some crap, and he's an R&B singer. And it was a big thing that Neo said he was gay. So what? So did Lance Bass from NSYNC, but that was received one way. See, it's a double standard as well. When it's white people do it, they can be on the cover of Entertainment Weekly. Ellen, yep, I'm gay, right? Remember the big ad? Mm-hmm. Lance Bass on Entertainment Weekly, yep, I'm gay. Well, as soon as Neo says it, the black community on the radio shows and all the gossip shows, it's all about, it's a problem. You know, now your whole career's in jeopardy. It's like, I think the black community and Latino community needs to catch up and stop focusing so much on what people are doing sexually, and just let the people be who they are.
I think the gay media needs to, and just media in general needs to put a focus on like all the gay rappers like you're doing today with me, and there's a whole bunch of us, Jen Rowe, and a whole bunch of us, and you know, if you,
like
if
this
you,
guy?
We got Selfie Max in the house. Yeah, so, you know, if you just get focused on us and let us tell our stories and publicize it, because there's a whole group of people out there that aren't being heard. And that's why I think this gay hip hop scene is about to come up, because we're the lowest of the low. Just like rap back in the day was pretty much like the poor black. Now I think you see in the videos, it's not poor black anymore. They're represented. They got all the bling bling and stuff, and they have no message. The real message is the gays who are still the lowest of the totem pole.
Let's talk about religion. Let's talk about sexuality. Let's talk about race. Let's talk about economic differences, and then figure out why we put ourselves in these boxes. And so, once you get out of that box, then you don't feel trapped by that anymore.
So I just feel like, I wanted to be a role model of this generation and to stand up. And I think a few of my examples were by coming down here to Oakland and performing at a Pride Festival, as well as making an appearance on Logo, which was about a HIV patient. So I think everybody should be very open-minded, you know what I mean? Because God loves everybody.
Like Rock Hudson. You know how in the 50s when Rock Hudson had to pretend he was straight? Hip hop that's where they are right now. It's like by comparison, that's where they are. They're in the 50s.
How do you feel about homosexuality or homosexuals in hip hop?
I never heard of that. That's pretty crazy. You know, I give them the fullest. I'll give them power. You know, if there is.